Hey, Butler. So I only went away for a semester in college because I had too much fun. So I came back and I actually did the commuter thing. But I know you went away to college. You went away to Hofstra.
I
Is
did.
this very similar in the movie we're doing this week, Wonder Boys? Very similar to what your experience was?
Oh yeah, I was always crashing at my professors' houses, killing other professors' dogs, taking a lot of recreational substances along with my professor, and just learning life lessons along the way with them. Absolutely, 100%.
So you are a Wonder Boy. Wait a minute, that sounds weird. We're doing Wonder Boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, please notice that exits are conveniently located at the front and rear of this auditorium. When leaving the theater, we suggest that the exit at the front of the auditorium will allow you easier access to the parking areas. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mike Field.
I'm Mike Butler.
And this is Forgotten Cinema. Each episode, we highlight a film that, for a variety of reasons, was forgotten by audiences. Whether it be another movie came out at the same time, or the film simply didn't catch on with an audience in its initial run. We discuss what we love about the film, or perhaps don't love about it, but we always recommend you revisit it. You never know, you might find your own forgotten gem. Can you do a little effect there when I do that?
Absolutely. You want some sparkles, buddy? You got them. You got them.
Yeah. If you like Forgotten Cinema, we want to hear from you. We are on all the social platforms. We're obviously on YouTube, so definitely comment on this video if you're listening to it, or any video, because we always respond. We love talking movies, and we would love to hear from you. We have a backlog of over 300 episodes for your listening and viewing pleasure. Butler, what's up?
Nothing. I told you. I'm just, taking pills and smoking stuff with my professors, shooting other professors' dogs.
College looks awesome.
Yeah, I'm just really morose all the time, writing stories,
Making up stuff.
making up stuff. I probably have something wrong up here for sure, but it's okay because I am really good at writing.
Excellent.
I've written a novel over between winter and or between our semesters, I guess.
Yep.
It's supposed to be really good. And, Michael Douglas is going to help me kind of learn more life lessons because I that's where I need help, is to learn some more life lessons. Yeah.
That's how great writers take from their life. So absolutely. Great job. That's right. We are doing Wonder Boys. Let's get into the facts and we get into discussion. And you have never seen this?
I've seen it once back in freshman year of high school. So
Excellent. All right.
Long time ago.
Excellent. Wonder Boys is a runtime of 107 minutes. It's rated R. Production budget of $55 million. It came out on Friday, February 25th, 2000. So the cold month. Opening weekend, it did $5.8 million. Its total domestic was $19 million. International was $14 million for a worldwide total of $33 million.
Whoa.
So what's up?
Not so great against the budget.
No. Production company was Mutual Film Company, Paramount Pictures, who also distributed it, Scott Rudin Productions, and H2L Media Group. So let's go to what movies came out around that time. So let's go back a week to the 18th. You had a wide release of The Whole Nine Yards, Hanging Up, Pitch Black,
A movie we did.
and Boiler Room. And if this all sounds familiar, it's because this film went up against a film we just did a couple weeks ago. On the 25th, you had a wide release of Reindeer Games.
A movie we just did like a few weeks ago.
This is weird. We actually picked a movie that came out, two movies that came out on the same day. I don't think we've ever done that.
Maybe in the same
maybe
season
once.
for sure.
Yeah, totally.
I think we've done it before, but not in the same season.
All right. And then the week after, if you were paying attention to the Reindeer Games, you already know this. March 3rd, you had What Planet Are You From? The Next Best Thing, Drowning Mona, My Dog Skip, and then the limited release of Ghost Dog, The Way of the Samurai. This film was directed by Curtis Hanson, who was nominated for an Oscar for LA Confidential. He's also done 8 Mile and The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, not the remake, the old movie. Written by Steve Kloves, who's done The Fabulous Baker Boys and all the Harry Potter films. Right? Yeah, all of them. Films. I don't know if he's done the TV series. Is he doing the TV series too? No.
Who are we talking about?
Steve Kloves, the writer.
No.
Cinematographer for this film was Dante Spinati, who's nominated for 2 Oscars, The Insider and The Insider.
Whoa, movie we did.
LA Confidential. And he also did Heat. Composer was Christopher Young, who's done Sinister, The Grudge, and Entrapment. Edited by Dee Dee Allen, who has done Reds and Dog Day Afternoon, which he was nominated for an Oscar for both. You had Michael Douglas as Grady Tripp, our professor, our mentor, our mentor, if you will. He won an Oscar for
Wall Street?
Yes. He's also in Fatal Attraction and Romancing the Stone. This is not our first Michael Douglas film, right? Is it?
I don't think it is, but I can't. Oh no, we did the conspiracy one from the 70s.
Star Chamber.
Star Chamber.
Wow, that was like season 2, 1. That's in the early seasons.
That is in the early seasons.
Wow. So this is like we've done 20 seasons of
To get-
episodes without him.
To be fair, he was on our audience choice selection. The game was an audience choice selection, but it was not chosen.
This is true. Tobey Maguire as James Lear, our student who is morose and who is obviously the mentee from Pleasantville, Seabiscuit, Spider-Man, and Brothers. Frances McDormand as Sarah Gaskell. She is the Chancellor's wife. She's the love interest of Grady Tripp, Michael Douglas' character. She has 6 Oscar nominations, Butler, and she's won 3. Can you name the movies?
Fargo.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
Did she win for 3 billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri?
She did.
She deserved it. And I could not name you the other one.
Nomadland. That
Okay.
was more recent.
Yep.
Robert Downey Jr. as Terry Crabtree. He is the editor of Grady Tripp's first book, The Arsonist's Daughter. So he's visiting this weekend as this takes place over a weekend. He won an Oscar for Oppenheimer. He was also nominated for Tropic Thunder and Chaplin. Katie Holmes is Hannah Green. She's a student of Grady. She also lives with Grady and clearly has a crush on Grady. Disturbing Behavior.
A movie we did.
Batman Begins and Jack and Jill, which I will always reference because of that Al Pacino scene. Rip Torn as Q.
And Teaching Mrs. Tingle, which is another movie we did.
But
312 or what was the
11-14.
We've done too many Katie Holmes.
That's
movies.
fine. But I always mention Jack and Jill because of that Duncan scene. Burn this. Come on. That's awesome. Burn this. No one can ever see this. Okay. Rip Torn as Q, who was a fellow writer. He's a competing writer. He's only there. He's not in it that long. No. It was nominated for an Oscar for Cross Creek. He's also in Men in Black and Dodgeball. And then Richard Thomas at Walter Gaskell. He plays obviously the Chancellor. He's in the TV show The Waltons and the TV show It, the miniseries It with Tim Curry as the clown.
I thought that was the same guy.
Yeah. And then you got a bunch of other people that you probably noticed in there. Alan Tudyk is in there as a student. Traxler, a graduate student. Philip Bosco as Emily's father, which is Grady Tripp's ex. His wife, who's about to be his ex, her dad. And you had Vernon and Ula. So Jane Addams is Ula, and Vernon, Richard Knox is Vernon. Those are the people that Grady his car. He has his car and stuff like that.
He has his car and his jacket.
Ula is the girlfriend and whatnot. But we can get into that a little bit.
Rob Mack's in there for a hot second.
Oh yeah, I know. Rob McElhenney. Yeah, I know.
Rob Mack now.
Well, he was in his stuff got cut.
Yeah, it's all cut, so he's only in one shot.
No, he's in
next to
2.
Katie Holmes. Oh,
he's in 2. He's in the shot when he's sitting next to Hannah, a Katie Holmes character, but he's also in the shot in the beginning when Grady first goes to I guess it's Wordfest. You know when they have the party? Not the party. I'm sorry. When they go to the Chancellor's house and they all go to the auditorium. And the
auditorium.
Yeah, and he's walking along the back. You see him right there. Too? Yeah. So he's in the movie as well. Okay, this film is based on a novel by Michael Chabon. I've read a couple of his books. Not this book, but I've read a couple of his books, and I like them. It has 3 Academy Award nominations: Best Editing, Best Adapted Screenplay, and Best Song. And Best Song won, and that was Bob Dylan's song. I wanted to give you those facts before we got into it. Okay, Mike. I had seen this film a long, long time ago. I had not seen this film in quite a while. Probably much as the same as you.
Right.
Do you remember your initial, if you liked this film back then?
I did. I mean, I was really young. I think I only watched this because, Tobey Maguire's in it. And it's just right after Spider-Man. I had seen Spider-Man. So I was like, let me watch it. I don't think it was really like, I was probably freshman year of high school, maybe even before that. So I was like, for me, it was just like, I think it was too young to get a lot of the themes.
Yeah.
I remember some of the stuff. Like I remember liking it. I remember liking the relationship between Grady and James.
James, yep.
I thought that was really well done. I remember him losing his book. I remember that very well, that he kept writing. I remember that was one of the things I remember the most, is that he just couldn't finish his. He just kept adding to this.
As Hannah
book
was saying,
he
could not make choices.
Yeah. But I remember it being a really good movie, and I was like, this is really neat. And I watched it around the same time as like Wonder Boys, Cider House Rules, like those kind of movies. Like I was starting to like watch those movies because I was starting to get them.
Yeah.
And I knew I liked film, so I was starting to watch those movies. But like these are like Wonder Boys. I would really like to rewatch Cider House Rules because like those kind of films, I feel like watching them then, I did not appreciate as much as I would now. Because I clearly, as at like 12, 13, I'm not understanding a lot of it. So yeah, I really like this film. Obviously, I'm getting a lot more now.
Yeah.
It's not perfect.
What film is?
But what film is? It's definitely very much like a happy, like the happy ending just seems to kind of like fall into place because it's a film. But I wouldn't want a morose ending because then the movie would be kind of like,
Well,
all right, what am I doing here?
This is an ending this is Grady's film. This is
Right.
Grady trying to. He's obviously in a rut or he's in like a bad place.
And
So
he learns
he's
something
got to
to get out
learn
of it.
something.
Yeah. So while everything kind of falls into place a little too easily, I do like it, and I like that we're not like, it's a shorter film. It's only an hour and 47 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's not like I don't need it to be like, I need all these loose ends to be tied up really quickly.
Well,
I'm there for the adventure. I'm there for him
right
learning his lesson. So yeah, I don't need all the stuff.
Well, when you say that it falls into place rather easily, is that because
There's no comeuppance for a lot of the stuff that happens.
Well, we don't see it. Like he does, like that marriage ends.
That marriage ends.
His marriage.
He does get
ends.
fired.
He gets like he gets fired. You know, like stuff happens. Like, but we don't ever see.
We don't see it.
Right.
But we also don't see like James gets out of a possible jail sentence. He stole and he can no longer locate Marilyn Monroe's sweater.
Yeah.
He killed the dog, which okay, maybe that is self-defense, but still, you're not even supposed to be in the house. Like it's just like there's stuff that gets like Vernon gives them just all of a sudden kind of befriends them and gives them the ride home.
He feels bad for him.
But it's
feels
like,
sorry for him.
yeah, because all his book goes away. But it's just like, who is this guy? Like, there's some stuff that I'm just like left with questions.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with that because, like you said, you do learn there is a comeuppance, and it is about Grady getting out of that rut. So it's not really about solving these issues. It's about these issues occurring. Mm-hmm. But I am left with kind of like it's good because it's got the Hollywood ending, but it's like, I just as someone who needs answers to stuff sometimes, I'm just like, but what? But why? How?
I can get that. I understand that because.
But we don't cut away. Do we ever cut away from Grady?
No, because
so
you never,
I do. Yeah. So yeah, I do appreciate that because we don't need to cut away to Robert Downey Jr.'s character Crabtree freeing James because we never cut away from Grady. So actually, thinking about that now, I do like that because if your focus is on a character. There are so many films we talk about where it's like, oh, but for that one scene now, all of a sudden we're talking, we never go away from it.
And that's really like great restraint on the director and then the writer of the people that are putting this together. Like as much as you want to see those scenes, you know, you want to see Crabtree fighting for James and kind of you want to see that. You shouldn't because it's not their movie.
Yeah,
and I think that's a good choice. I think you have to kind of recommend that. Speaking of choice, I think Hannah says it. I said it in the beginning. Hannah basically gives you the essence of this movie, the essence of Grady's life, where and about his book is that he doesn't make choices. He has gotten to a point where he just doesn't make any choices. He's not making any choices in the book for his characters, and he's not making any choices in his life. And I think that's the whole point. Like he's got to just, and then he does. He says to her, "I'm in love with you." He tells Gaskill, the
Walter
McDormand's character, Sarah. He's like he just admits it to her husband, like I'm in love with your wife.
Yep.
You know, like he is making a choice, good or bad. He knows he knows that the consequences are going to come, but he doesn't care because he's taking control of his life. And I think that's something I probably didn't catch on when I first watched it, but watching it now, I like that's absolutely what this film is about. Grady taking control of his life, and everything's going to crumble and stuff's going to change, and you can definitely see. In his appearance in the last scene that he's put together now, he's got a tighter. She's like not like this whole movie. He is so disheveled and he's everywhere. And it's great. It's just such a great role for him.
At the end, by the end of the movie, I was like, who would want? He looks so dirty.
He put on like 25 pounds for the role.
Yeah.
So I think but that's like, I'm very surprised he didn't get nominated. Maybe because like him personally, I don't know why. I mean, I didn't go back and look like who was nominated that year, but I'm surprised that he didn't get a nod. Because it's his movie and he carries it. And Michael Douglas is really good in this film. And, you know, like Hannah is basically like throwing herself at him. And he is just like, not a good idea. Like he even knows like we're not doing this.
I'm a mess. You don't want any of this right now. Yeah. I don't need to add to that complication. Yeah.
Right. And I find like the whole stuff within the book, the whole stuff of him writing like 2,600 pages, like I can absolutely relate to that because as you know, writing and whatnot, like it just goes on. Like you tend to usually like cut short stuff a lot of things, but there's times when I'm writing something, I'm just like, what am I doing? Like, where am I going with this? Like, you know, sometimes you talk about characters talk to you but if you don't let them or you don't listen, like it's just, I can totally relate to that. Absolutely.
It was supposed to be a short, 200-page book. And by 300, I realized it was getting a little long.
And he
then he did 2611, and now we're at 2006.
yeah. and then at the end when it flies everywhere. And it's a great at the end of the movie, and then he clicks the save button on the processor.
Oh, yes.
He's doing on the computer, like save. So I thought that was really good.
You're just waiting for it too. As he's tapping on the typewriter, it's like, come on, man, come on. I like the line. What's the book about? I don't remember. Like that's how into the book. Like he just lost the
He's
plot.
just writing.
Yep.
He's writing to write. It's like an exercise at that point. Yeah, no, absolutely. Everybody in this movie is really good. From the two mains that we talked about, Douglas and Maguire, Robert Downey Jr. and Frances McDormand they're all just really good. And like even McDormand's like she's understated. She doesn't have a lot of scenes in this film, but she's still just like she's commands the scene, and she really has a hold of her dialogue.
I mean, I think that's why she has so many Oscar nominations.
Of course. Obviously, I'm not saying anything nobody
No,
know, but yeah. I know this was like at a time in Robert Downey Jr.'s life when he was just still in trouble and still having issues and whatnot.
This is right around, I think, when he got fired. This is right before he gets fired from Ally McBeal.
The note I had was that he went out, like they shot all this out in Pittsburgh. They actually shot this at Carnegie Mellon University. But he was like he had to sit down with Hanson and kind of like yeah, no, I'm good, and he went out there and he was good, and then he came back to LA and he violated his parole like as soon as he came back. So he was still obviously in the midst of his issues, which thankfully he kind of battled and got rid of, and well, I'm sure he still battles every day.
Oh yeah.
But anytime he's on screen, even when he was younger, even when he was doing this, he's still charismatic. He's still really good.
Yeah.
And the whole stuff with, I didn't realize that they were kind of doing a nod to what's the movie? Because Marilyn Monroe, because the whole thing with Marilyn Monroe,
Some Like It Hot.
Some Like It Hot. They're doing a nod to Tony Curtis with the woman, the man that comes in.
Right.
They call it in the movie. They call him a transvestite because obviously that was a nomenclature back then. But obviously now it would be transgendered, right?
Yeah.
But I that whole stuff was funny. Like they did, when he bring everyone's like, that she's a transvestite. Oh, what? No, and like stuff like that. So like that was done really well. Did you at any time in the movie did you feel like it dragged at all?
No.
Yeah.
Look, I think the fact that it takes place over just a weekend helps as well.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely like it moves because it has to move, because you've set up it takes place over one weekend. You set up like 20 problems.
Yeah.
That's in oh my God, Gaskell's life.
Oh, Sarah.
No, not Sarah. The main guy, Michael Douglas' character,
Grady.
Grady.
Yeah.
Grady's life. That's in Grady's life. I already forgot his name.
Grady Tripp.
All the problem that's in Grady's life, and it's just like he's got to solve them all. So you don't have the time to have the movie be slow because he's got a lot of issues that are happening.
Well, his right now it's like career paralysis. Like he's stuck.
Yeah.
So that's his biggest issue. Stuck. We talked about that.
He's got Hannah at his house. He's got James trying to find his way, and like he feel like he's take James under his wing. He's got his own manuscript that he's going nowhere with. Walt Crabtree is there with him. He's got a car that's not his own. He's got a dead dog in his trunk.
Right.
He's got a woman that he's impregnated that's married to another man who's also his boss. It's just like he's got a lot of problems.
Yeah. The James stuff, because James is like, he's not a liar, but he just makes up stories because he doesn't like. I guess he's embarrassed of
He
his
doesn't
own
like
life,
who he
or-
is. Yeah.
And like when they go into his apartment, or where he lives in the not the apartment, but I guess
His
he lives
bedroom,
in the
the basement of his house.
That's a sweet base. That's a sweet room.
Yeah, when they make fun of him, it's like, oh, when's the Nautilus coming back?
That's like,
It's like
this is a sweet room.
that's an awesome basement apartment.
Yeah.
I would love to have that.
Yeah, and clearly his grandparents are rich, or his parents. His parents, they never
You can
really say.
you can never tell because they never clarify.
Well, that's the thing. James is
but
such,
Grady does say, "That's your dad. Come on, he looks just like you."
Okay,
and then
yeah.
and then James is like, "Well, that's the whole reason they're all men."
Yeah. So there's definitely like you don't ever really know James's story because he keeps making up
Inconsistent narrative,
right?
Or whatever, yeah.
And then I think Grady delivers him that life lessons of just like, you got to live your life or whatever, right? He tells him you got to go live a life, and
you have to live a life. Yeah, you have to have those. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get the aspect that all key scenes had bridges in the? Did you see that note?
I saw the note, but I was like, "That's cool," but
yeah. Like,
yeah. Was it to make a point of a theme, or was it just to say like, "Hey, Pittsburgh's got a lot of bridges"?
Right. I mean, they even like the scenes when they're not near the bridge, they have like a picture of a bridge.
Yeah,
in the background.
there's always a bridge no matter what, either a picture or an actual
I
bridge.
feel like that's just something they purposely set dress. Maybe like, hey, listen, I want to see a lot of bridges in all these scenes because that's kind of like the background theme of the thing. Like, like decision making, crossing bridges. But I don't know if they were like, we got to have this bridge in this moment because this is the moment that he says this, and I don't know if I buy that.
It's Pittsburgh. Let's put some bridges in just to honor Pittsburgh. I don't know. It's something you don't really notice.
Yeah,
that's one of those things like the director puts in, and he's like, "Hey, see what I did?" And just like, "Cool, bro."
This is, I mean, I don't want to jump the gun in terms of why it's forgotten, but what I'm going to talk about right now is pretty much going to make the case for why it's forgotten.
Okay.
This film was originally scheduled to come out Christmas release of 1999, and Paramount was like, no, because it's going to compete with our other film, The Talented Mr. Ripley, so they pushed it to February. But then the film got critical praise in February, so they re-released it in 2000 and late 2000, like November or December, whatever,
for the awards,
for the Oscar stuff and stuff like that. But this film is not a February release. I think this film is a December release, Christmas release. It should have been Christmas 1999.
Oh yeah, for sure. It might take place in February, but it belongs.
So in like 25 minutes, we're going to repeat this, but this is why it's forgotten, because it came out at the wrong time. And there's very few movies that come out earlier in the year that get Oscar nominations.
Because you're already forgotten. Yeah.
Right. So it's and I think that this film probably would have, I don't know if it would have done better in terms of box office. Maybe, I think, because the holiday box office is pretty stout when you've got all those big
right.
films.
Yeah.
But in February, at the end of February, when everyone's at the end of the winter and spring's coming and they're just looking forward to the new films, nobody wants to go see this film in the theaters, and which is a shame. But this film is absolutely a holiday film. I mean, this would have done well.
February needs to be like a date night film, and this is not a date night film.
No, February. It's like I said, it's the end of the winter. You're sick and tired of the cold. Let's go see this movie that's in the cold. You know what I mean? Like, it's just. I mean,
you're okay with that in November, December, but by February.
Yeah, no. So like I said, we're going to repeat that later, but that's absolutely why I think it affected its box office. It's just the whole and. Also, and they blame this also for why it didn't do well in theaters, is that the marketing campaign wasn't good.
Oh, that the poster was garbage.
I remember the poster, and I don't know if I have it. I don't think I do, but I always remember the poster of Michael Douglas, just his big head, because it was always big head posters. It's always been big head posters back in the day, because you're selling that Michael Douglas is in the film. That's why it's a big head poster, but I guess it was misleading, or people didn't really take to it.
What's funny is, as we were talking about that, I read that note, and then I'm looking at the game poster, because we had the game as one of our audience choice options, and I'm like, that's literally just his giant head. It's literally just Michael Douglas.
His head is because he's bringing people into the movie. Harrison Ford posters in the 90s were all big head posters because
it's Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford's in the film, and people were like, "Oh, Harrison Ford's in that film? Let's go." That's why his head. So I feel like this note is almost like in retrospect, 2020 vision kind of thing. Like, why did this movie do bad? Well, I'm marketing campaign.
The poster, man. I don't know.
Because I know there's another poster where they have all their different faces, like it's an ensemble. I don't know if that's going to get people in the theater. Maybe because Tobey Maguire was doing, he was more popular back then, like he was doing more films. I mean, Katie Holmes is somebody from Dawson's Creek, so she's kind of on the up a little bit. But I mean, the big head poster is designed to get people in the theater because Michael Douglas is in the movie. So I don't really necessarily buy that, but I do think that I buy it if somebody was rationalizing like why this film didn't. I don't know, marketing. That was marketing.
The only thing I think of is you didn't put your ads didn't come. You didn't have enough ads. You didn't have enough trailers, or your poster was misleading. Mm-hmm. Not that it was Michael Douglas's big head, but like it's Michael Douglas and he's got a huge smile on his face, and it's like, hey, like a grumpy old man, or he's got a gun and he's like smiling. Yeah,
he's aiming at the dog as it's running across.
And you think it's like a National Lampoon's type comedy.
It's a drama.
Then that would be it is a drama.
It's a drama too. So I mean, that's not really.
But it's the way you market it. It's not the way that his face is on the poster.
One of the things I like in the film is that they used, and they kind of tested it out, is that they primarily used handheld shots for the movie, because they were testing out like just kind of handheld work for certain things, and they liked it so much that they continued to use handheld movements for the entire film, which I kind of dig. I kind of like that. So it's got like a little bit of an indie feel to it.
Oh, for sure. It does.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting that they filmed the entire thing in sequence.
I like
which
that.
I really like.
I always like stuff filmed in sequence. I mean, I think it's like,
If you can do it, I think it's better for all the
Yeah.
actors.
yeah. I mean, I get why you. I mean, I guess again, bigger studio productions, I
Logistically, it's
understand, and
impossible.
people's schedules, but like, I think the goal would always to be shoot in sequence. So
Yeah.
you can have that kind of understanding of where you're going as the character moves on. Because then it's just, I'm sure, like if you're filming out a sequence, then you're having like a 45-minute discussion about like, okay, listen, this is at the beginning of the film, so everything that we have just done, you have not done, like you have to like have that discussion, and for an actor to get into that mindset, I mean, I know that's their profession, but it's still got to be a little difficult.
It's a lot easier when you've spent, if your last scene is, month 3 out of your 3-month shoot, and you're like, I've done all this up to now, you know what your character is. You can feel that cathartic moment when things go right, or when things go well for, Grady and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Now we know I don't like voiceover,
I was going to ask about this. Yeah.
but I actually don't mind it in here.
Oh, really?
Because he's writing a book.
Okay.
And in the beginning when he's telling the story, I'm like, it didn't feel like voiceover didn't feel like we're hiding stuff. It felt like he was adding subtext to everything. And then it came in again, and then I was like, do I really like this? And then I noticed that as he was right at the end of the thing, he's writing the book, and I'm like, okay, you've explained it. It doesn't feel like it's an add-on. It feels like it's part of it. I didn't mind it as much. I didn't mind
I wasn't the biggest fan.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I think the beginning and end are okay, but when he has to explain, if the voiceover has to explain everything to me about every character, that's when I don't like it.
Yeah.
Because it's show, don't tell. And so when you're just telling me everything, it's like you couldn't have a brief conversation where that just comes up. Like there are certain things, like I get that he's narrating it because it's a book, but there are certain things where he's just telling me things, and I don't want to be told this through a voiceover. I'd like you to have it in a conversation where I learn it through a conversation.
Do you think? Let me counter with, this is a movie about writers.
Oh yeah.
Do you think that argument is a good enough argument to counter that? Like, this is a movie about writers. Why wouldn't you have somebody doing that craft in some way? And the only way you can do it is with voiceover. I agree with you. Like, show it, don't tell. Do you think that's a good counter to that argument?
I mean, I guess, but then I want somebody writing.
Do you need to see that?
I need to see the writing. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And maybe that solves the issue, and you know where Grady. But you're not thinking Grady's not dying at the end of this. So it's like, I'm okay seeing somebody writing this story at the beginning and just being like, hey, I'm writing this story. He could still be down on his luck. You don't know where he ends up, but still be, no matter what, he's going to keep writing. That's, no matter what happens at the end of this film. So yeah, if I saw him writing, that would be okay. But it is a film about writers. What did you think of his blackouts?
I don't really know what he was. He just passes out. He has a seizure. He's just like, what is it? He's fainting. Like,
Well, apparently he doesn't do it anymore. As soon as he solves all his issues, all of a sudden it's all good.
So how long have these been going on? Have these been going on since he's been writing the book? Have these been going on for 7 years? Because he's been writing the book for 7 years. Like, I don't
Stress blackouts.
I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand what actually is happening in the blackout. And I know that they explain like, oh, they've gone away, like you said, and this is just one weekend, so you really can't kind of like dive into it. But I just don't. I don't know. I don't understand what's happening, and I don't know why that's part of the. I don't know why. Do I necessarily need the blackouts in the story?
Yeah, would the story have been exactly the same without him?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think, maybe they're in the book and that's why they're in there. But if in the movie, they're really not a major function of the story. So you're right. I think if they weren't in there, there's no need for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's smoking weed throughout the entire thing. So if you're looking for a thing to like, if you're looking for a moment to like take him off the screen, or like he passes out so you can skip to the next scene, something, well, just have him fall asleep, or have him just like pass out or something.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't slept in whatever
2 days. Yeah.
Right. So, but the blackouts, you either got to do more with them.
You got to explain them.
Exactly. Or just get rid of them. But I agree with you. They just were confusing me.
I was not like, at the end when he thinks like he's going to go off the staircase, I'm like, all right, well, there are means to the end to get us to the end of the film, but then he doesn't go off the staircase. I'm like, then it's it's stupid.
I'd forgotten about the movie also when he was doing that, and I'm like, oh, if he falls, that's dumb. Like,
yeah, I didn't remember either. Yeah. But he just blacks out when we're at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
It's like blacks out and cut to I have a new wife and a kid and I'm all cleaned up and great. I
guess.
But I didn't fall down the stairs. I was fine. It's just like, come on. Just have you get in the car and drive away and cut to that scene. stupid will he, won't he fall off the staircase is just extra drama.
Mm-hmm.
While Alan Tudyk goes, easy.
It's very strange to see Alan Tudyk not doing voices.
Right?
just acting. I mean, he's acting as stuff, but you know what I mean. Let me give you some reviews. You want some reviews, Butler?
Throw them at me. Let's go. Ebert says.
No, Ebert loves this film. The most accurate movie about campus life that I can remember. It's accurate not because it captures intellectual debate or campus politics, but because it knows two things. One, students come and go, but the faculty actually live there. And two, many faculty members stay stuck in graduate student mode for decades.
I mean, okay.
It's
like
very
an
easy.
college expert.
It's very easy for faculty when you're on a college campus to just kind of stay in that mode forever because you're always there, like kind of like the
right.
academics, and you don't have a kind of sense of the real world or the sense of like what's out
They're
there.
supposed to do their profession,
right.
but they've also got the safety net. Yeah.
So it's very that's definitely a thing. A.O. Scott, your boy again.
Ayo.
It's gonna just cancel this. The problem is that everyone involved seems to have agreed that it was a great idea for a movie and pretty much left it at that. So he is saying that they didn't try hard. They were like, this is a great idea. And I was like, do you agree with that?
I mean, I guess. I mean, I think it works, but we just talked about the blackout thing.
Yeah.
So I guess there are certain things that should have been discussed a little bit more.
We kind of referenced the whole Vernon and Ula stuff where like he kidnaps they get the car, and this guy he's been driving this car, which is a really nice car, and he's just like, wow, you for the tuba, that's dead dog, and my suitcase all in one. It's like, yeah, they really should put that on the ad. But so then all of a sudden Vernon, who this guy they were making fun of his
name isn't really Vernon.
Yeah, but they were just like giving him this like backstory. He looks like James Brown basically.
Scarred up James Brown with a hearing aid.
He says that's his car, and then he chases him down, and then you find out in the third act that like this car was given to Grady because this guy owed him money. Now he's starting to think that wasn't, he really didn't own that. Like,
right, yeah.
But then I'm like, but me thinking like, why are we just learning this now?
Yeah, I was really confused about the car thing. I was just like, when he first says he thinks it's his car, I'm like, why? Wait, did you steal it? What am I missing?
I think this is another storyline that's in the book that's obviously explained better in the book, and they put it in the movie, but like with cuts and with just edits and just kind of like what you're trying to keep
helping the movie flow.
It just doesn't, like
gets lost.
Exactly. That's why like adaptations are never better than the book, because you don't know what to keep or what this. What
Rarely ever better than.
Go ahead. It's obviously Jaws, but give me another movie.
Jurassic Park. I love the book for Jurassic Park, but the movie is better.
The movie's it's a different movie. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I like the book. I like the Lost World book.
Oh, the Lost World book is entirely better than the film. Yeah. Sorry, Steven. You should have just done the book, because the book is awesome.
They still have never done my favorite scene in the Jurassic Park books, is when he's in the high it's rolling down and the raptors are trying to get him. He's in the Ed Levine character. They never did
Sarah
that
Harding getting trapped by velociraptors going through the Brontosaurus bones.
Yeah.
Like that's a movie right there.
Never did that. Never did that. Yeah. Anyways, so I think there's stuff in this movie that is in there because it's in the book, but there's really not reason, but there's not enough explanation in the movie for it to stay.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I agree with his review. I mean, it is a good movie, so I don't knock it you don't knock it down that many points for it. But
no.
Yeah, I do think a lot of it was. Oh, man,
I think there's a lot of heart and a lot of theme in this film that I resonate with.
Yeah. That
I think other people would resonate with. Maybe creatives or writers or stuff like
that.
Save
that for who you'd recommend.
No, it is. But I think that's why this film, this movie is, in my opinion, it hits. I think.
Sure, yeah.
Richard Corliss from Time Magazine says, Wonder Boys reminds us of a distant age of the 70s, when bad movies were better, not stupid teen romps, but sad, off-kilter studies of adults adrift. It is a rare current example of that endangered species, the honorable failure. I will say this, there's not enough adult movies out there anymore.
No. Now they're 8-part miniseries on HBO.
But there are so many themes and elements of being an adult, being in your 30s and your 40s, your 50s, 60s, 70s that are not done. Because all the money is in the youth and all the money is in younger people, because they have those windows.
The fun fact: younger people don't go see movies anymore.
I get it. Put that stuff on the vertical dramas, but like there's not enough adult stories anymore. So I think I agree with that. That you know, like I think that's why I probably maybe like 70s films, because even if they're like not great, it was just like that's still I still like
Still
a lot.
tried.
No, but it's still I didn't feel like I wasted my time watching a film.
Okay, sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't agree with that?
I think 70 films can sometimes be very boring, but I come from a different time than you.
Yeah. Bad time. Bad time. I'll give you one more. Owen Gleiberman from EW. Curtis Hanson may have wanted to make a movie that gleamed with humanity as much as LA Confidential burned with malevolence. Excuse me. Jeez, Michael, speak. But he's so intent on getting us to like his characters that he didn't give them enough juice.
I like Grady. I don't need to like anybody else. I mean, I don't really like James. I think James is a weirdo.
It's tough to connect with James.
Yeah, James is a very strange character.
Well,
Crabtree's fun.
He's young. He's manipulative. He's just trying to like. He doesn't know what he wants, so I think it's just
Sure.
Yeah.
It's Grady's movie. You just have to connect with Grady.
Like, I don't know if James's desire was to get published. I'm sure every writer's is, but like he never. I
think James'
so
desires was to get the respect of Grady.
Yeah, but he seems so resistant to the overtures of Crabtree because I mean, anyone could put one and one together and know that not the aspect of sleeping with Crabtree, but like he's looking for a writer, so he's looking for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To edit a published book, so. It would make absolute sense for him to really like gravitate towards Crabtree more so earlier in the movie than he does towards the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So who would you recommend it to?
Writers. I think big time writers like that. I think like not big time writers, but like
big time writers.
I definitely just like people that like writing. Like you, me. Anybody who I don't know that many people that like writing. My father, he likes writing. Like people who enjoy writing and making stories and understanding that the fact that he's stuck and he's on page 2611 or sometimes like you just don't write anymore.
But remember, not all writers like writing. It's just something they can't.
Oh, they can't. They have to do. Yeah, they want to tell the stories, and writing is the way to tell a story.
Some writers it's just like it's such a process that it's such pain. It's painful to do.
So I think that this is a good story about that because Grady still as a writer an actual human being, and I think in so many movies you talk about writing or writers and stuff like that, like the movie adaptation and stuff like that. Like writers are either put on a pedestal, and you get characters like the Q character. You get what's his face's character from adaptation, who's like about the real life. Fuck you.
Oh, Robert McKay.
Yeah. Those characters, you either get them or you get the weirdos like Nicolas Cage's character. It's like there's very few times where you get these, or they're just alcoholics. You get very few times you get these characters like Grady, where like yes, Grady smokes a lot.
Writers are always working through something.
Yeah. Like Grady is a good teacher. He cares about James right off the bat. He has good relationships. Yeah, obviously he's cheating with he is cheating.
He's in love with another man's wife.
Yeah, and married, and losing his at least his second wife. Because he says it's not the first wife that's walked out.
Oh, yeah, she's
so who knows how many times he's lost. But he's still not an unlikable guy. He's not a curmudgeon. He's helping his students. He likes his job.
He likes teaching.
Yeah, so he's an interesting character, and I think it's someone that more writers and more people, more creatives maybe even, can latch onto and understand because of that. So I think, not just writers, but creatives, or anybody going through a rut in their, like you said, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, anybody who's like, past like being a kid and it's like, well, now you're an adult and you have this thing that you want to do or this career and like where are you going with it? And I think it resonates with a lot of people. So, and it flows. It's an hour 47. It's a nice quick movie.
When you read the synopsis and you see who's in it, you're like, oh, it's got to be 2.5 hours, but it's not. So I think that's a pleasant surprise.
That was my fear when I started because I was going to watch it after The Town, and then I ended up watching it the next day because I had a headache. But I was like, I think it's gonna be 4 a.m. before I'm. Oh, thank God. Oh yeah.
Yes. No. Definitely feel like you're in for a 2.5-er, but no, not at all. Yeah, I agree with all that. I think like I said, but you can repeat it if you want. Why it's forgotten.
Oh, came out the wrong time, then re-released. You all done just messed up.
Yep.
Talented Mr. Ripley was your go-to for the Oscar season. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I know.
They could have both released these films. I mean, look at like this past year. I can't remember if it was Warner Brothers has done that quite a few times where they released two films either on the same week or back to back, so they compete against each other. I know Disney does it all the time because Disney doesn't care, but
Disney owns almost half the stuff. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. So I think that that hurts it. I think that if it was marketed poorly, it wasn't the poster, but I would be interested to go back and see what the trailers and commercials made it look like.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe made it look too gloomy. Because that's what I could assume. Like, if you made it look too happy, people would have gone and go, this isn't what I was promised. But at least they would have seen it. But I think if they made it and advertised it as a gloomy, just like drama, this is really more like a drama, but also a dark comedy.
I mean, you know, I should have gone back and watched the trailer and see how it was advertised. But honestly, it's an Oscar film, so it should be in November, December.
But also a $55 million budget. Like, we just talked about The Town 10 years later with chasing
a lot of locations.
$35 million budget.
It's probably the salary. You could probably Douglas is probably $20 million. He's probably a lot. Tobey Maguire is probably a lot.
This is before Spider-Man though for Tobey, right? Before Spider-Man?
No, Spider-Man's 2001, so he'd be But this is Cider House Rules.
This is right. Yeah, after Pleasantville and Cider House Rules. Yeah,
he is a star. He's probably getting maybe like 15, 12. So it's probably the salaries.
Yeah,
that's raising it, and you're on location, so you're paying all that stuff. You're carting everything out there. You're not in a studio lot, so you're dealing with the elements and all that good stuff. I think they had to bring fake snow in because they were having a mild winter.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta. I mean, this film could have been done for much less. I think that hurts it in terms of it not being a success. And then obviously, when things aren't immediately a success, studios don't want to help it.
Yeah. So, but it came out the wrong time. It's an Oscar darling. It should have stayed an Oscar darling, and I think they didn't do it any disservice. And I don't buy the marketing campaign was lackluster because I understand even though we don't love big head posters because they're not really creative, I understand why you do them to get people who's in the movie. I may go see a movie with Harrison Ford because I like him and I like who's doing it, but like the regular person is going to see the big face of Harrison Ford and be like, I love Harrison Ford. Let's go. I don't care what it's about. It's got to be great. Let's go see it. And they walk into, I don't know, whatever the one was when the plane. What's the plane one where his wife dies in the plane and then is it Kristen Scott Thomas is her husband and Harrison Ford's wife are on a plane that goes down, but they're cheating on each other. What the hell's the name of that movie? I'll figure it out later. So
I was going to say I have no idea what movie
it was a boring one. Anyways, so that's the same thing here. People are going to see it because Michael Douglas is in it. So yeah.
Hey,
where can they find us?
You can find us wherever you get your shows, or you're listening to us on Spotify or Apple, or you're watching us on YouTube. Rate, subscribe. Let us know what's your favorite Michael Douglas drama. Let us know in the comments. What's your favorite Tobey Maguire drama? Let us know in the comments.
Cider House Rules.
The Cider House Rules. Probably Cider House Rules, but I really like
Brothers.
Pleasantville, but that's more of a comedy.
Oh,
his freak out scene in Brothers
Pleasantville isn't a comedy. That's a drama.
I'm pretty sure it's considered a comedy. It is a drama, but yeah, I think it's considered a comedy.
Christ.
But mine would probably be Pleasantville. Brothers, he has that really good freak out scene, but Brothers is
which is another meme that's out there all the time.
Yeah. Support Forgotten Cinema, rate, subscribe, all that stuff really helps our show. We've got now showings, we've got lead ups. We're in January right now, so you could check out our Nights Out lead up and our Nights Out now showing for Wake Up Dead Man. We are doing our Scream lead up series right now, leading into Scream 7. And this month also, I don't remember when it comes out, depending on when we're recording this, but The Rip is our now showing for January, whenever that comes out on Netflix.
Is it called The Rip or The R.I.P.?
I've just seen it in words,
that's fine.
So we'll find out, or we have found out. And go to Patreon to support us there. We have exclusive episodes there, merch discounts, Discord access. You just get to keep up with what we're doing if you want to be a free member. And we have a merch store, so go get some merch, man. Yeah.
That's right. And next week we're going to 2003. We're going to watch the Vin Diesel film, A Man Apart. I don't even know if I've seen this movie.
Ooh, one you haven't seen. I remember liking it. It was kind of like a gritty, kind of like this is like, hey, The Shield came out. Now our movies have to be gritty cop movies.
We'll see what this is then. I don't know if I've seen this.
I'm sure you'll hate it because
I might have Butler, but I just don't remember. I'm looking at the poster right now. I'm just like, I don't remember.
Do you remember there's a Mexican necktie scene? No,
I've seen those in a bunch of movies. So
I've seen people threaten them in movies, but this is the other one. Yeah,
I know. Yeah,
this is the only movie I remember seeing one.
Okay, maybe I did see it because I've seen it in other stuff.
So, yeah. Okay.
Whatever.
All right.
We'll see. Man Apart. That's next week. Until then, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I'm Mike Field.
I'm Mike Butler.
And this has been Forgotten Cinema.